What's up for you?
Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do a 4-card spread. And the first card, if you haven't been with us before, is the overall environment of the month.
How could you not be with us? My goodness. All right, so yes, where are we?
And the second card represents any challenges that you may face. Third card.
Third card.
Third
It's the
card.
Unexpected. That which you don't expect, but it's nice to have surprises. That's why it's our favorite card. I love surprises.
Yes, the fourth card is the outcome of the month.
Yes, so let's see.
Well,
shall we even take more of a chance? Let's do this.
Well, wait. Big announcement, Pisces.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do a 5th card. This card will be a Major Arcana Council card. Please tune in mid-month.
So this is we're going to let Spirit speak to you mid-month to help you on even more of an esoteric level to sort of weave together all the elements of the reading. By mid-month, you should really feel what's going on during the month. And so, we thought it would help you to have Spirit inject into the reading their perspective.
So check the mid-month playlist because we usually do shorts.
Yes.
But this time we'll do shorts and also mid-month council clips.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's a new element, but it should be really, really, I think, uplifting.
It's a bonus.
Yeah, a bonus.
It's a bonus reading.
It's your spiritual bonus.
That's right. Okay, and here we go. First card.
First card.
Right.
All right, Pisces.
Here we go.
Here we go. We'll go from that way to this way, all right?
Okay.
All right.
There you go, Pisces. All right. First card that comes up once again is the Devil. This card has been in this position for 2 months in a row now. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I have something to say about this
All
card.
right, go
okay,
ahead.
for Pisces.
Yes, please.
Well, it's funny because
we're waiting with bated breath.
Well, I'm always complaining about. I think that
you always say, "Don't give me the devil," and then I give myself the devil. You've done this to me
2 months in a row.
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, again, let's talk a little bit about Pisces. And let's talk a little bit about the tendencies of Pisces, because the Devil did come up. And we know that Pisces is a deeply spiritual card.
Yes.
Or spiritual sign, excuse me. It's very, very spiritual sign. Very deep ocean. Pisces people swim in a very deep ocean.
But in two different directions.
Some of them swim up here and some of them swim down here.
Some of us are bottom feeders, you're saying.
So yeah, it could be not for you.
Oh,
but
heaven forbid.
I mean, she's a very balanced Pisces, let me tell you. But I have to say
autocratic, in fact.
Yes, she is. But this is a card that is about whetting the appetite. It is. That which whets your appetite, and controlling that impulse, which covers in the entire month.
Well,
now we could say it somebody else around you.
I happen to agree. The entire society is in promotion of the devil. Actually,
that's
if
true.
you think about it, because everything is sold to you through your appetites, whatever they be sex, food, whatever it is. It's the vehicle through which they make you buy things.
That's right.
And so Pisces is a sign that is extremely sensitive and easily influenced.
Correct.
And so they are culturally influenced, even more than other signs. They go to a movie that has a certain sort of theme to it. Before you know, they are that.
Right.
They so incorporate it.
So they swim with the school.
They swim with the school easily, and it's very difficult for them to swim on their own.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that the summer, when you're given a little bit more license even to enjoy yourself, that you fall victim to your own appetites. And it's just no wonder. Now, on the other hand, It could be that this devil is still in your midst as a force or a human being with whom you are clashing as far as your will is concerned, because it's a matter of will. Whose will is stronger? Whenever there's a power struggle, it's a struggle of the will. My will against your will.
It's very primal.
It's very primal. So you're dealing with this 2 months in a row, and it's interesting because for me, I've had people around me who are bedeviled and have come to me, I think, for counsel, help. They're reaching out one way or the other. They're reaching out to me. So I'm dealing with their issues in my world, you see. So it might be like that.
So it's kind of like a trap.
Yes, when it's you see they're chained. There's a couple underneath the devil who have chains around their neck. But if you notice symbolically, the chain is loose. In other words, all they'd have to do is take the chain off and throw it away. This isn't enslavement that's absolute. This is voluntary.
Yes, okay. So you're voluntarily crawling into a trap.
You're exactly
like a bear trap. Or
like a bear trap.
You see these traps all the time where people, they're trapping actually wild boar now.
Yeah, and what's the lure? The satiation of your appetites.
Right.
Sex,
right.
Drugs, whatever it may be.
Right.
That happens to be your particular, what's the expression? Let me think. It's you have as many masters as you do vices. You see that? Mm-hmm. In other words, every vice is your master. So the more vices you have, the more masters you have,
right.
And the less you are in control of yourself.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking that this will come up a little later, but to me, this is all about watching out this month for things that might enslave you or trap you. And for some reason, I keep thinking of traps because I've seen them lately, and these pens that lure these wild boar into them, when the door closes and there you go. So watch out for that this month.
Right. It could just be like a shopping addiction.
In the end,
who has that?
Then the door closes. And you're like, oh my gosh, what happened to all my money?
I have no room in my closet.
That's a problem too. That's another trap. Alrighty then.
All right.
Moving right along. Okay, let's move to the second
card. What could it be?
Yeah, and the tarot club. All the girls in the club are pulling the same card.
Holy smokes. It's death. It's the butterfly card. That's your challenge. Holy cow. Woohoo.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well.
So that makes sense.
So, yeah.
It makes sense because...
And we should probably explain the death
Go ahead.
card.
You
of course we will,
if
you tune in at the very end, we're going to be explaining every single one of these because you're all major arcanas this month.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. So that said, it's a major month, let go and let God. Challenge position is total transformation, and it is in the upright, but letting go of that which is no longer of service to you. For a caterpillar, that would be his, extra 22 legs. For you, it could be the extra 22, pairs of shoes you have in your closet. But you really need to just not resist.
Or that demon in your closet,
Perhaps, we're looking at the devil.
Yeah, whoever that may be.
The change is a-coming, let's just put it that way.
Yes, but it's your challenge to change. It's your challenge to be absolute. This is not just a minor transformation that we're talking about. This is letting go of the old completely. A complete severance of who you were, what you did, and how you thought. A whole new paradigm shift is your challenge. Small indeed. This incredibly intense challenge.
It's a cell shedding month.
Yes. Yes. Can you say that several times?
It's a cell shedding month. It's a month to shed your cells, which we all do. So, it's like sloughing or pumiceing off the calluses. But
yes,
consider your body in a giant callus, and you're gonna off the extra dead skin.
Shed the skin, as we always say. That if the snake didn't shed its skin, it couldn't grow.
Right.
So it has to periodically shed its skin. And this August is your month to shed your skin. That old skin that no longer serves you, that keeps you confined and constricted like the devil.
Right.
Keeps you from growing as a human being.
And another way of looking at that situation, let's say it's another metaphor, it's basically, if you're acting like a 12-year-old girl, maybe it's time to shed that persona and, grow.
Right,
grow up a little bit.
And you can grow up when you're 60.
Yeah, if you have the persona of a 30-year-old and you really are 55,
Yes.
It's okay to let some things go, such as belongings that you no longer need, which could include people,
That's right.
Hairstyles.
They don't fit anymore.
Right. So your challenge is to just let go of the boxes in your closet, right?
Yes, whatever that may be that's cluttering your life, let it go.
Yeah.
It's time for a major change. So let's see what could be unexpected. Now it's nothing.
Right.
Now the unexpected isn't even exciting.
Right. That's a pretty good card.
Right. Here we go. Oh my God.
Okay, so that's a really good card. Unexpectedly, there may be. There is a move.
Yeah.
And it is away from this.
Oh yes.
This situation that's sort of gotten you feeling as if you're entrapped.
Right.
As if you sort of like went after the cheese. Then you got, snapped.
Got my tail.
Right. So what is the outcome?
I'm afraid to look.
But it's good.
Oh my God, look
there
at that.
It goes.
3 major arcana cards.
Yes, it's a good month for Pisces.
God.
Yeah, and this is a really good card. The High Priestess. And the High Priestess and the Empress ended last. Well, Empress we had last month, and this month we have the High Priestess, and both very spiritual, very feminine cards. But this is the card of. This card. I was just actually listening to Michael Sarian video. He's our man crush about the High Priestess. He actually talks about her for 3 hours.
It can be done.
Yes. And so he was saying that
it's just an incredible number of symbols in there, and hard to sum it up in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and she can mean so many things. But really what she means is, complete and total understanding of, it's almost like the Akashic records, the things that have been lost, the human, all the knowledge that was ever gained throughout the history of man. She has access to. And it's just like, to me, when I see this card, I always think of, sort of a peak. You get a little peak.
Oh, yeah.
Of the
veil
greater,
pulls back a little bit.
Yeah, the greater reality, the greater sort of, inner workings of the cosmos. And it's just, going into the temple and looking behind the veil.
Looking behind the veil.
And, getting that, just, it's a very strong sort of like it's an oomph, right? Now I know this thing in the upright. It feels to me as if she's, she's at the end, she is the life changer. This sort of knowledge that really, really takes hold and makes this transformation actually take place.
Yes, the High Priestess, just to put it succinctly, is revealing a secret. You know something to be true, but you don't quite have all the information about it.
Right, because you feel it already from the zeitgeist.
Right, you know,
it's out there.
You're being informed in a sort of a very ethereal way, you know, amorphous kind of information comes down to you. Well, at the end of the month, you get the information. You get the data.
Mm-hmm.
You get the raw information. You know. You suddenly know something you were being informed about on an intuitive level, but at the end of the month, you know. And that helps you to execute the death card, that is to leave behind that which no longer serves you. So you get a piece of that data that helps you to clarify the situation for you.
Yeah. I mean, I listened too long to Michael Sarian because there's so many things that you could say about this card.
Yes.
But the one other thing that really came to mind, you know, he said this card is also a card of hygiene, which is kind of interesting because
Cleanliness.
Yeah.
Spiritual cleanliness.
Spiritual cleanliness. So, you know, coming into any situation with a clean, and the reason I bring that up is it's kind of the opposite of this one. Yeah,
the devil is about muddled thinking, muddled feelings, lack of clarity completely.
Right, and so this is like, you know, the clearing out, the cleaning of one's psyche, spiritual
exactly
aura.
What you're saying.
It just feels like you go from this to like even space clearing. Okay, so for some reason that comes up. You know, when you do go through this change, you know, there are ways that you can do that. Sage is one way. Feng shui, and you know, wherever you go, if you actually do move into a new home environment, it may be very important to declutter, use some sage, you know, just sort of reorganize your thinking so that you're living in a more spiritual, you know, to me, Piscean environment, soulful,
and with a sense of real spiritual peace and tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
So not with all the discord that comes with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's hygiene. You can say hygiene.
Hygiene, spiritual hygiene.
Spiritual hygiene.
Uh-huh.
In other words, just the cleansing of the soul.
Like TV.
Like what?
I don't know why I think of TV, but I think like a spiritually hygienic household, you would have a rain on your TV. You know, things that come in from outside.
Oh.
You'd have control over, you know, you're living in an environment that's pure. You know.
I'm for the throw your TV out.
She is.
Throw that thing out.
Right, but this is a really heavy-duty month for Pisces.
That to me, the TV is the devil.
Yeah. Well, whatever your devil is, and it can very well be the TV.
Yes, and all that it tells you to do.
Yeah.
And it persuades you in very subtle and indirect ways to do things that are against your best interest.
Right.
So yes, like that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a really good month. And you know, there's a lot of things that need to.
Oh gosh, it's a huge month.
Yeah, die more or less. Let these things die because otherwise you're going to be tripping over dead bodies. When we say that, we mean, you know, relationships. Let them go if they're not healthy.
Which is the hardest thing. It's probably the hardest addiction to let go of because you're really bound by your love for them or whomever they may be.
Right.
And in fact, their imperfections is often what endear them to you. Strangely enough, a person's imperfections, you feel how charming, really, how that they aren't perfect here and that maybe there's something I can do to correct this.
Because I'm a Pisces, I can correct everything.
I can correct everything. I can help.
I feel it.
And while you're helping, you go down with them.
Yeah, right?
So
Anyway.
that's what it is.
Yeah. So anyway, stay tuned actually mid-month again for the council card, which is going to be really interesting for Pisces.
Oh gosh.
And then if you would like a reading, we would very much love to read for you. So stay tuned, and in the next video we will explain how you can purchase a reading.
Yes.
And we thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.